Hi everyone, this is Jill from the North Woods. We are on week 38, I believe, and I lost 1 pound. Okay, we're doing all right, but we're cooking along. I think it's easy, like I said, to get into these big, like, boy, I want a 5 pound week or I want a 10 pound week or something like that. It is what we do week to week that makes all the difference. It wouldn't help to have big weeks and then have big lulls. And I'm not saying that people who have big weeks have big lulls, but I think that some people are a lot more ups and downs. And I've never been really ups and downs. It's always been a pretty consistent loss of weight. So 1 pound, happy with that. I almost had a crisis today. So I don't know what happened. I ordered my new dose box of drugs. It comes in a set of 4 on Monday. And I didn't hear anything on Monday. Usually it just takes like a couple of hours. I didn't hear anything on Tuesday. And finally, I got to 2 o'clock this afternoon when I'm supposed to take my shot, and I didn't hear anything. So I called up the pharmacy, and they said, oh, well, we're putting it together right now. And sure enough, within the hour, they said they had it together. I could come pick it up. And this is just my regular doctor pharmacy because I do get it through prescription. So I finally got it. I got home. And I took the shot just about an hour and a half late. Doesn't matter that much. As long as it gets in you, right? And I was kind of having this thought because Em and I are going to go birdwatching. She's the person I do Buzz, Blossom, and Squeak podcast with. And we were going to go birdwatching on Friday. And I thought, well, if I don't take my shot, I probably could go get a regular burger. But no burger this week. We're going to keep on our diet and we're going to keep going. And my trainer is keeping us on target. We're working harder. I'm trying, I guess, not to lose strength. You are naturally going to lose some strength as you lose weight. For whatever reason, strength does build up when you're just kind of bigger. As you get smaller, you do lose strength. Part of it is that imagine every time you get out of a chair, you're hauling up 250 pounds of weight. And suddenly, you're not hauling up 250 pounds of weight. You're hauling up 185 pounds of weight. And then you're hauling up 130 pounds of weight. And so your legs adjust. You are doing natural weightlifting with your legs in particular because of the weight on your body. So you are going to lose some muscle. That is just a part of it. But anyway, the thing that I wanted to talk about today is I got asked a question on my channel. And thank you so much for asking this question. We have a brand new person who's going to start taking GLP1. I wish you the best. I hope it goes well for you. Please let us know what questions you have. And we already have people also who are in the community answering the questions. Thank you, too. I appreciate that. I would love to have big dynamic conversations, not just me talking, but with everybody talking to each other. So I'm very, very happy about it. And the question that's at hand, and this was the big question in my heart, too, when I first started taking Mounjaro, was when do you take it? So imagine I got my first box on Monday. And all I wanted to do is jab it in my leg and let's get this baby on the roll. Let's start losing weight now. And I decided I needed to think about this because primarily I think about everything. So I overthink everything. And so I did come to this conclusion where I had to think about when I needed to take this shot. You should take it on the same day. You don't have to take it exactly at the same hour. Taking it a little bit here, a little bit there was fine. But I wanted to pick the right day, and I wanted to understand a little bit about it. So I started doing research, and if you didn't know this, on Reddit, there are some very good forums, really fantastic ones, on semaglutide, Ozempic, Mounjaro. There's more than one. There's even one now called GLP Grad, which are people who are trying to leave taking Mounjaro or GLP1, and how can they do it? Are they keeping the weight off? What tips and tricks are they doing in order to keep the weight off? So Reddit is just a fantastic resource. But I like to get people's vibes about things, like what they thought about and why they decided to do it. Some people took it in the morning because they just didn't want to think about it all day. If I get it done right away in the morning, I'm done with it. Now, I ruled out the morning. When I'm doing this research and I'm trying to figure it out, I hadn't taken a dose yet. Am I going to get side effects? Am I going to get big side effects? Some people get constipated. Some people get diarrhea. Some people feel nauseous and really tired 12 hours after the shot. Some people said that they were so exhausted they could barely get out of bed. And I didn't know what's going to happen when I put this shot into me. Turned out it was no drama. It was very cool. And as I mentioned before in my side effects, I get a little nauseous for 2 hours. I'm not hungry practically now for 2 days. 10 milligrams is hitting me a lot harder than any other dose level has up to this point. But the side effects aren't particularly hard. It's just that I'm struggling to eat food. When before I just was nauseous for 2 hours. Now I'm kind of like, I don't want to eat anything probably for the next 2 days. I also had sleep problems the night I take the shot. If you look at my sleep app, it's a withing bed thing that goes underneath my mattress. And it measures your heart rate, your breathing, and how much you toss and turn, and how your deep levels of sleep and everything else like that. And I sleep terribly on Wednesdays and not as great on Thursdays. But by the time the next Friday night rolls around, I'm fine. Everything is fine. And like I said, the side effects have been very minimal on me for the most part. I was constipated when I took the shot before. I controlled that by taking magnesium citrate. I take that before bed to help me sleep. But guess what it also does? It's kind of the drug that they put in the jugs of water you have to drink when you have to empty your guts out, right? You clean you out. So if I'm having trouble being a little constipated, I would take the magnesium citrate. If I'm not having that problem, I take magnesium glycinate, which doesn't have that side effect, but still makes you sleep better. So I kind of use those two magnesiums to control that. And so I didn't know what was going to happen. And the other part of it too is in reading about other people's piece is that people looked at the time of day. When do I just have free time? When do I know I'm always free? Well, in the morning, some people, not me, say, well, I get up at 6 a.m. and it's nice and quiet in my house, so I just take it while everyone else is asleep. Or they take it in the morning because as soon as they can check that box off their list, they feel better about their day. Some people take it right before bed because they have heard or they feel sick about 8 hours after they take their shot. So if they take their shot somewhere before bedtime, then they sleep through all the bad side effects and they don't even notice it. And I thought about that too. Some people work different schedules. My bud, who's taking this drug as well, and she's going through a compounding pharmacy, she works a really radical schedule. I mean, it's very difficult to know exactly when it is. And her days are so busy walking around because she works in a hospital that she can't really feel sick when she's on her job. Now, so far, she hasn't really had side effects, but she takes her shot in the afternoons on the days she has off. My schedule was pretty regular. I work Monday through Friday. I work California time because my job is in California. And my afternoons are a little bit more quiet than my mornings. And so I said to the person who asked me on my channel when I take the drug, and I strangely said Thursday at 2 p.m. I take it Wednesday at 2 p.m. I take the shot just about 5 hours before I record this. So I've already taken the shot. I feel sick for a couple of hours and then I'm better. My energy level is also down directly after I take the shot. And so it's fine because I work as a nerd for IT. And so if I don't feel physically great, I'm using my brain anyway. I'm sitting there at a computer working. And so there's no physical need for me to feel anything better. But I also don't like to have meetings when I'm not feeling so hot. I had a series of meetings about an hour after my shot for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, man, I just wish these meetings were here because I just want to just not feel great by myself. But so I picked Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. So it gives me Wednesday night. If I do have that 12-hour, I don't feel very well after my shot, I don't know it because I'm in bed and I'm asleep. So I don't know that I have other side effects in the middle of the night on Wednesdays because I'm not even there. And then by Thursday, I feel a little bit better. Friday, I feel fine. So then if I take like a long weekend, I have a 3-day weekend this week. That's when Em and I are going to go hiking and bird watching. I want to feel better for that, right? So I sort of decided Wednesday was good. Gives me 2 days to feel awful. Also, I go to the gym Wednesday morning, but I don't on Thursday morning. So it also gives me that time where I don't have to go to the outside gym. I can just stay home and work out quietly to myself. So that worked out really well. The other part of why 2 p.m. works also for me, because like I said, I have less meetings. In fact, I have no meetings usually after 2 o'clock on Wednesdays, is that I feel like not eating anything. And I've been a big proponent that I'm not starving myself on this diet. I'm not going to just drop weight like crazy because I could just fast all the time, or I could fast on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I would never feel it because this drug is kicked in. By taking it in the afternoon, and I get my protein in, I get my fiber in before I take my shot, then I can take my shot, and now for the rest of the day, I haven't eaten anything more. I usually have like a piece of toast with this avocado smash on it. I got that when I was out in California. And it usually makes my stomach feel pretty good. And so I sort of stick to that. So then I don't really have to worry about eating for the rest of the day, and I won't, in fact, eat for the rest of the day. So I get my calories in, I get my fiber in, I get my protein in. It's all good. The other part of it is, well, I'm not a morning person. I am just really not a morning person. And so if I took my shot first thing in the morning, I probably wouldn't eat anything before, and then I wouldn't eat anything after, and then that means I wouldn't eat anything on Wednesdays at all. The other part of it, and I thought this was a really good consideration, is this drug hits you really hard when you first take it. Like I said, the food noise is gone, you're not hungry, you can go a while without eating, but as the days go on, once I get to day 5, I suddenly am starting to get more hungry again. By the time day 6 comes around, that's going to be Tuesday, I'm just hungry enough. So the effects of the drug are wearing off as I go off in time. And so to me, I wanted to have more self-control on the weekends because that's when I'm probably going to go out and eat out with my friends. And so right now, when we go out to eat, Em and I are, like I said, going bird watching and hiking on Friday. We're probably going to end up at McDonald's. We're going to end up at Culver's. But because this drug is kicking along on me still, by the time the weekend rolls around, I get a cup of soup. I get a salad. I get some chicken nuggets, something very light and not greasy. The way I feel on Tuesdays happened on Saturdays, I'd be getting a burger. So in that sense, I have enough self-control without feeling sick anymore on the weekends, which is exactly what I was going for. Then the next part of it has to do with the fact that if I take holidays, I go camping. Chances are it's going to be on the weekend, and I don't want to feel sick during camping as much, so I have a little bit more time to not have like holidays, vacation days, either Fridays or Mondays and weekends, so that I have to worry about the shot. It used to be, before I got this job in California, I had to travel a lot. And so I was on a plane every Monday, and I was on another plane every Friday. And so I didn't want to take my shots on Monday and Friday. You're going to take vacation, you're going to take a Monday off, you're going to take a Friday off. But chances are the core days of the week just have less going on in them. So anyway, that is why I pick those days. I hope that answers your questions. So Wednesday at 2 o'clock is when I'm doing it now. I had some thoughts when I talked to you on chat about Thursdays at 2 o'clock, like moving it out a day. But for now, I think I'm going to stick to Wednesdays. That day seems to work out really well for me. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat in this channel. You could also email me at jill@startwithsmallsteps.com. I answer questions. I like to talk to people. I try to help out as best I can. Last June 24th, I was brand new at this too. I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of concerns. And now I feel I'm in a very good pattern. I'm losing weight consistently. I'm putting on muscle. I'm keeping the muscle I had. I feel good day in and day out. So I feel like I'm in a good place with this right now. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, I have another YouTube channel called Small Steps with God, where I'm doing a Bible study 3 days a week. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, we're just talking about, just from a lay person's point of view, exactly what happened in the chapter. I'm not a theologian. I'm not a pastor. I have a lot of commentaries. I use Logos Bible Study. But the idea is that this is sort of an inductive Bible study. Go through them slowly 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and learn more about the Bible, just from a normal human being point of view. What does this chapter mean? What is God trying to tell us? Please watch Small Steps with God. I appreciate it. Have a great week.